What if I told you that behind Dubai's glittering skyline, behind their luxury and wealth, there exists a silent prison, a place where women, smart, educated, and independent, became nothing more than possessions, where the law does not protect them, but instead ensures their suffering. I was one of those women, and this is the truth they don't want you to hear. I had always believed in justice, in the idea that if something was wrong, there would be law to protect you. That if you were mistreated, you could fight back. But Dubai was not built for women like me. That morning, I sat by the floor-to-ceiling window, staring at the endless desert beyond the city skyline. I realized, thumping, very terrifying, I was trapped, and I wasn't the only one. In the days after my marriage, I had met other women, European, American, Arab, each of them carrying the same hollow look in their eye. Some had been healed for years. Others, like me, had only recently begun to understand the gravity of their situation. They whispered their stories over coffee, in hushed voices, as if the walls could hear them. One woman, Sophie, a French expat, had married a wealthy Moroccan businessman, just like me. At first, her life had been a dream: designer dresses, vacations in Maldives, a beautiful son she adored. But then one day, she had told her husband she wanted a divorce. And just like that, her son was taken away from her. She never even saw it coming. In UAE, custody belongs to the father, no matter what he does. The courts don't care if he is abusive, unfaithful, or violent. The law states that a mother may raise the child only until a certain age, usually 7 for boys and 9 for girls, after which the father has complete control. But men with power didn't even wait that long. They simply used their influence to take the children immediately. Sophie had gone to court, believing she had rights. She had gathered evidences of the abuse, shown messages where he had threatened her. The judge barely glanced at them. "You are his wife," he said. "It is his right." When she tried to appeal, she was warned. If she kept fighting, she could be arrested for rebellion against her husband. She had no choice but to give up. Her son was taken to his father's family home, raised by people who despised her, told that his mother was an immoral woman who had tried to destroy the family's honor. Sophie wasn't allowed to leave the country. Her husband has placed a travel ban on her, another law designed to keep women obedient. Do you understand now? She told me another day, gripping my hand so tightly it hurted. There is no way out. If you leave, you lose everything. If you fight, you lose everything. The more I learned, the more I realized how deep the corruption ran. Every judge was a man. Every lawyer who mattered was a man. Every decision was made by a man for a man. Women who reported abuse were dismissed unless they had the evidence. And even then, the evidence had to be nearly impossible to obtain. Did your husband hit you? Where is the hospital report? Where is the police witness? Did he rape you? Do you have 4 male witnesses to confirm it? If a woman reported marital rape, the law did not even recognize it as a crime. He is your husband, the judge would say. It is his right. When women who spoke out were accused of defaming their husbands, which was the crime punishable by imprisonment. If a foreign woman tried to leave, her husband could block her from traveling. If she took her children, she would be charged with kidnapping. If he refused to obey, she could be arrested for disobedience. It is a real legal charge used to control women. And if she was raped by someone other than her husband, then she could be accused of extramarital sex and jailed. There were stories of women tourists, even, who had gone to the police after being assaulted, only to find themselves arrested instead of their attackers.
24-year-old Marti Deleuve is a convicted criminal in the United Arab Emirates. She's just been sentenced to 16 months in prison after reporting to police she'd been raped by a colleague in a Dubai hotel during a business trip in March.
When I got to the police station, I told him my story, and then he asked me when I was done, he said, "Did you call the police because you didn't like it?" And I said, of course I didn't like it. But that's also when I understood that they don't believe me.
That was the reality of women in Dubai. It did not matter if you were European, Arab, or anything else. The moment you became a wife, you belonged to your husband, and the law would never protect you. I thought about women I had met here before. Some were like me, foreign wives who had once believed in love, only to wake up in a nightmare. Others were local women, born into this system, raised to believe it was normal. They never spoke openly, but when our eyes met, I knew they understood. They knew what it meant to be trapped. That morning, as I sat by the window, I made a decision. I wouldn't let him break me. I wouldn't let this system to break me. I wouldn't become one of those women who smiled in public and cried in private. I did not know how yet, but I would find a way out. And when I did, I would tell the world what really happened behind the glittering facade of Dubai.